You guys know probably the biggest mistake you can make in all of Awaken Chaos era. There is a certain resource that if you waste, you can't really get them back very quickly, and that's what we're going to break down, because I've made this mistake on not only my main account, but on my free-to-play account as well. And no, it is not advanced shards, it's not gold, it's not glyphs, it's not diamonds. As a matter of fact, there's something that's even worse than literally all of them, and I'm going to show it to you right now, because it's the most important thing in terms of progressing in the game. What am I talking about? Well, let's go look. What makes my hero stronger that's not objective? By objective, I mean things that can just be added on and permanent. Glyphs, abilities, ascensions even. These are all objectively better strengths. There's something that's a subjective strength, and that is your gear. It is that continually gets better as you play the game. However, upgrading gear is extremely expensive. Here I have a level 14 piece of gear. If I put 5 charms into it, I don't even get 30% of the way. Even if I put other pieces of equipment in there, it takes 2 of them at 12 to even go from 14 to 15. It is ridiculous amounts of requirement. For this reason, the most important resource in the game are actually those charms, which you're going to be using to level your equipment. Now, you might say, okay, well, if that's the most important resource, thanks for telling me, but now I need to know how to get those resources. Well, there's one way that's really probably the best way, flat out, in all honesty. And if you go and you look at your quest, you go to achievements and you go to collecting in here, or excuse me, it might actually be under development. Yeah, it's under development, okay? So if you go here and you scroll down, you look at weapon collector, helm collector, armor collector, etc. It says, look at this, obtain 70 items of 5-star plus epic or legendary, the same thing for helmet, etc., etc. And these go on infinitely, and every time you achieve this, it gives you 1 orange charm, which is 10,000 points, which is basically like a little bit more than 3 of those purple charms I was showing you earlier. So what you actually want to do is you want to go to the dungeon and you want to slowly push your way through the Arcane Dominator until you get into a certain position where what you can actually do in this is clear it and get 5 and 6-star gear, not 4 and 5-star gear. So we're talking stage 11. That way you can consistently hit those achievement marks. Now there's other ways that you can still get these pieces down. You should be buying them in the shop store. The reason being, like I say, they're few and far between. And if you are free to play, it's probably even doubly so important to get them in there. If you look at the shop level, scroll down, as you clear through your campaign, it's, whoa, holy moly, that was a legendary level voice break. It stopped me dead in my tracks. As you clear through your campaign, you're going to unlock more and more things in the shop, one of which is unlocked 2 extra item slots in the shop, and one of which is going to be unlocking legendary and epic glyphs as well. So you're going to want to go through and clear your campaign in order to improve your shop. Oh, we got a follower on Twitch while we're doing this. And that will unlock things like these glyphs, etc. Okay, and it will give you 2 extra spots of which you can try to get some more charms, etc. You also want to try to double down and do the events correctly, meaning if it's a hero promotion event, what you would do is you would make sure you save all of your promotion materials until the promotion event. If it's an energy cost event, you don't want to be buying out and spamming all your diamonds into bread before that event. You want to wait for the event. A lot of the higher tier rewards right next to the shards are these orange charms, because they value them they value a single orange charm almost as much as they do a single advanced summoning crystal. They're quite expensive on these. Look at this. It's 2 of these, but 3 advanced shards. So they're actually valuing these at $12.50 each, and they're valuing these at about 1,000 each. They're actually valuing these special gears charms more than the advanced charms in terms of the points you need on the milestones. So that's how important they realize it is. Now, a lot of people who are massive whales are probably getting bored of the game already, because the hero collecting isn't the end game in this game. In other games like Raid Shadow Legends or even Marvel Future Revolution, the end game is collecting things with your money, is doing the gacha. In this game, the end game isn't gacha. The end game in this is grinding out all of these different gear and getting different gear sets for different things that come available, so that when those events roll around, like the Lord of Ocean ones that we currently have going on, you'll be able to clear that event and you won't miss it. If you look here, my high score is 21. You saw in my previous video, I failed right on the very last wave, right? And that's because my gear simply is just not that good. I've been very lazy about farming, and now I'm gonna have to sit here and grind this out for a few hours in order to get the skin, whereas I probably could just auto it no problem the first time if I had been grinding my gear the whole time. Same thing goes for free to play. The thing you're gonna be limited on is energy, your bread, and after you go through your adventure and you clear through your campaign and you do all of the basics, like you get through all your normal, your hard, your mythic, you get through all of that, okay, you get all of your achievements, you go back, now you're stuck farming the dungeons. And what you're going to do is you're just going to farm the highest dungeon you can. And from there, you're going to look at this. So 5 and 6 star from Hell. I haven't been able to do Hell 2 yet. So I'm just going to farm Hell 1. And that is going to be where I get my gear. You're going to farm the highest one you possibly can. And you're not even really farming it for the gear as much as you are the charms. Now, one other thing to keep in mind is when you are leveling gear earlier, let's say you got some gear that you don't really like. Okay, so we have a plus 12 piece here. Let's say for whatever reason, I want to level this piece of gear and I just really don't like this other piece of gear. I have this plus 6. You do get a percentage of your experience back, but it's diminishing returns, meaning if it's a level 6, you're going to get more percentage of that experience than you are if it is a level 15, for instance. So keep that in mind. It's very similar to Genshin Impact in that term. So you can put some experience into pieces like 6 or 9 and then use that to level your other pieces of gear that are better later, but don't go into the 12s or the 15s. It's going to be way, way too expensive. Okay, now just to throw out some sets that are pretty good, you want to keep your eye out. Warrior's pretty good in the beginning. Curse set is very good for poisoners. Dragon Scale is amazing for people like Hawkran, like the defense-based people who are really, you're just trying to stay alive entirely. It's a good PvP defense set. Rebel set is good for anyone that attacks out of turn or hits multiple people. That's like your stun set. You can use Avarice set for people that are good AoE nukers. Terra set's really good for people that are based upon HP like Brand. I wouldn't mind having a Terra set on him so that his shields are bigger. Raider set is really good for people like Windstrex who are able to boost speed. So there's multiple ways that you can go with these sets. Don't feel like you have to grind just one set. Even Revival set is good because it will help you slowly sustain. I've used Revival set myself in multiple dungeons. So you can farm whatever dungeon it is that your heroes allow you to farm, because the achievement doesn't say farm X dungeon, doesn't say get exactly these pieces of gear. What the achievements actually say under collecting, or excuse me, under development, I get that wrong every time because it says collector here, is that you just get 5-star epic or legendary pieces. It doesn't care what kind. So find the gear that you're interested in for the hero you're interested in, and then just farm it a whole bunch in order to get these achievements. And that's going to be one of the ways you're going to do it, other than optimizing events and purchasing from the shop when you can. Hopefully this helped. Let me know in the comments down below if there's any other tips or tricks that I can let you know. Let me know what you're struggling with. I'll be happy to answer those questions. Like the video if it helped at all. Subscribe if you would like to. I'll see you on the next one.